Hello and welcome. So this is going to be a playthrough of Pentiment, the point-and-click medieval murder mystery game. I'm kidding. It's Baldur's Gate 3. And so this is a game which I've never actually played all the way through. I have started it a few times. It is the sort of thing. It's a game where I get a little ways into it and think, oh, hey, this would be really interesting from, this race or classes perspective, and then I never quite finish anything. But we're going to see how far we can get with this. Oh, interesting. Actually, I have a party descending into this area. Never actually watched this long enough to see that. Yep, because I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm curious how exactly a race that's as dependent on psionics as the blind flayers are would do decoration. I understand these things are called tadpoles. They remind me a lot more of maggots. That's not at all disturbing.
Who are you?
I need to reset those. So, in terms of what race, I mean, most of these are represented already in the party you end up collecting. I mean, they haven't gotten terribly far there, but I don't think there are any dwarf, halfling, gnome, half-orc, or dragonborn characters, though I've heard that they all come up a bit short in terms of dialogue, though drow apparently has the most, so that is what I plan to do. And there's kind of a question as to what sort of drow. I mean, this, for role-playing purposes, this one I think has an interesting potential, being one, sort of the matriarch and being able to potentially take on the role of, I think there are some spiders, Lolth spiders, that you might be able to talk to at some point, or if you're male, gain power to escape the system that they have. Of course, also, just be a good person in this one. Just classes, I mean, most of these are also represented. Bard, heard, is not, I think, you get Halsin as a companion. Monk isn't, Paladin isn't, Ranger, I don't think, is, Sorcerer is also not. there's something with Paladin that I find kind of interesting, is that I feel like they're supposed to be. I think my knowledge might be a little bit old on this, but they're supposed to all be like lawful good. It feels like not just lawful good deities would have like chosen blessed warriors. I feel like basically any deity could do that, but that would mean you'd probably have to like create basically separate classes for each different deity. Yeah. And that could be rather complicated. But what you could potentially do is do a thing where anyone can get divine favor from a deity, basically through roleplay, not such, but that would also kind of lend itself more to a classless system, or possible alternative would be just make the paladin just a multi-classed fighter cleric. Warlock is also one that I find kind of interesting, because I feel it's pretty similar to a cleric. The difference being is the scale of the being which is giving you your power. It's like a cleric is a being which has enough of a presence on that world where they have more or less a standardized contract for or like their agents, whereas warlock is more individualized contract negotiating. And I like the idea of a setting where there isn't really magic. You basically have to contract with otherworldly beings in order to get any sort of magic. And then you have druids in this case would just be a cleric of a nature deity. Let's see, where was I going with that? Wizards would have a deal with their otherworldly being, which would they'd be more focused on their own goals, and a cleric could be mostly focused on the goals of the deity. Yeah. I mean, this idea like sorcerer would not really exist in this version. But they've also kind of thought about the potential for, or it could be fun to try to play a character from another setting, specifically Dragon Age, because I've played a lot of Dragon Age, and it's thinking, not exactly sure where exactly. I mean, clerics and druids would probably just be like mages who are devoted to, well, a nature deity or another deity. But what exactly would the regular mages be? By how I understand how mages come to be in Dragon Age is that it's by their birth, right? And it's frequently a thing of, okay, you have mages in your bloodline, you have mages in your ancestry, you are more likely to be a mage, so apparently it can and just occur spontaneously. But in this sort of Dungeons and Dragons setting, it's more because you have ancestry from, well, so like dragons, and the Fae, or the wild magic, and those don't really exist in Dragon Age. Warlocks, for the most part, do not exist. Except, I think there's one where, what was his name? Sebastian from Dragon Age 2, the archer archer, cleric boy, but the leader of like house which is rival to his and attacked his family apparently was not a mage, but through a deal with a desire demon managed to get magic. So that would be, I think, the only case I've seen of a mage in that setting getting their powers anyway, but their birth. I mean, wizards will, if they've studied, they're that, more sorcery, might be more sort of hedge wizards, but in any case, for this game, I'm planning on going with Bard, because I think they've got better dialogue options. Cantrips. Vicious Mockery sounds good. I'm not sure that's... Spells. Let's see. Because I like talking to people. Animal friendship, that's interesting. That... might even be more interesting than a starting instrument. Lyre. Perhaps not the most practical of instruments for flute. That's a large flute. Hey, it's a fat lute. So makeup is something I generally don't have my characters do, because you're out adventuring, you're probably not going to have time to actually apply makeup.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
Sure. That was a good... Yeah, that works. Now, why are there dead mind flayers here already? Wilhelm scream. That'll go off, inconveniencing people for miles away. Should not be physically possible. the issue with chasing something, it's possible they will, that you being in the front will, you know, be running into everything that could possibly get in the way. But I think I should also leave a big mess for them to get to. It must be cold. Get Yankee buns. Kind of surprised there aren't going to be more of those imps around. Nice of the pod to automatically open for me.
My head.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
Investigate the pool.
The casing is fragile. The slightest touch could cause it to crumble.
Don't think I'll touch it.
Might still be stuck inside if we hadn't been attacked.
I'm just kind of curious how they decide to automatically release
These
you.
boots have seen everything.
Sorry.
Not everyone made it out alive. Someone else got out.
Visions project into your mind. A nautiloid hurtling through the plains, resplendent with psionic energy.
Now, this is sort of a
Maybe I need more pockets.
thing with me, is that I have difficulty not picking
Lucky
up
I made it out. What's
books
inside?
in whatever I'm playing. And factually,
No traps, please.
those Mind Flayer slate things are books.
Dead. Good. Might be other survivors.
Kind of disturbing entryway.
Images of goblins, their habits and histories flash into your mind.
We are trapped.
kind of interesting, like what it would have been like
Help us.
to not have seen and not know where the thing calling for your help actually is. Thinking like, oh, is it the goblin? No, the goblin's kind of dead.
A schematic of a nautiloid flashes into your mind. Nerves, sinews, as much living being as ship. A feeling penetrates your mind. An anomaly, one like ourselves, unconnected from the whole. Caution.
Let's see.
Worlds beyond worlds flash before your eyes. Empires of a grand design traversed by ships just like this. A 1,000 years of humanoid history. Elves, dwarves, humans, and more flash behind your eyes.
So this is really
Release
Lovecraftian,
us.
eldritch horroring. Also for a bit of body horror in it.
Very well.
I don't think that works as a position for a crossbow. It's extending into my back.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return. They return.
Who am I talking to, a man or a brain?
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
You sound afraid. Why?
The enemy. So many enemies.
I think you're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do. Now, this is kind of question like, okay, what would you do in this case? I mean, just realize that this is one of the minions of the people who abducted me. But could probably use all the allies we get, but it's also kind of like, do you actually want to help these people who abducted you?
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Investigation. Inspect the exposed skull. Barely made it.
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where it strains against the shell of the skull.
Attempt a cerebral extraction, staying mindful of the swelling. Thank you for acknowledging that.
The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient should it prove a threat.
Don't let the brain or spare it.
free. Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are needed.
What should I call you?
Us. We are us.
Alright, let's go.
To the helm we go. We are going to the helm.
Yes, thank you for narrating what we're doing. Excuse me, are you coming? Jeez, hey, we need to go to the helm, and then you don't actually come with us. Alright. Epic. Majestic.
Abomination. This is your end. Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes. Oh, my head. What is this? Skrull, you are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
What made you think I was a thrall?
We carry mind flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers.
We are turning into mind flayers. There must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. As for that thing, it will remain tame as long as it believes we are thralls. It may be of use in the fight to come.
It's kind of surprising that there aren't more imps given the number that we saw flying towards the ship.
Nothing will stand in my way.
I'm disadvantage in that. I could viciously mock the thing. So 2% versus 100%. And kill it.
At the ready.
Time to strike.
Yes.
It's as if. You proved surprisingly adequate in battle.
High praise.
To the helm.
Let's have a look.
Proficient in that.
won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
I mean, it feels kind of weird that we're thinking we have to escape this, because we are currently flying over hell. It seems like this ship is better than being in hell, but you know, what do I know?
How much farther can I go? Mind flayer machinery. Better watch what I touch. Another mystery. Aggression. Machine made them hostile.
I missed.
I am fury. I am death.
And you also failed to kill them.
On the move.
Open up.
We have no time for stragglers.
Look for that, that might open the lid.
The construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
No, but I'm actually considered. You might as well be trapped in demon webs. There's no helping you.
Wait! That can't be. There has to be another way. Please!
It cannot be helped. Come.
The console appears dormant.
Look for a switch or release.
The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
Hit it.
Nothing. The console remains dormant.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing. One day I'll catch a break. Seems simple enough.
Skvar. How many hosts of these gay infected?
I don't know. How many of have the collectors taken? Oh wait, I mean mind flayers.
A dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
Place your hand on the console.
As you place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
Convenient steam to cover up the full change.
Change changed at the pull of a lever. How If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
Strike. Is this to be our fate?
A slave mind.
Brain in a jar. This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
The console appears dormant.
Insert the rune into the socket.
But what is its purpose? Will it free the captive, or transform her like that other unfortunate?
Nope, I have no idea.
Nothing in the appearance of the device betrays its purpose. It could do anything. It could even transform the occupant of the pod, like what happened before.
Place your hand on the console.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. The parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
That's kind of the question. It's like, what do you do with the risk of transforming her? It's like, well, in the crash, she'll probably die anyway. Thinking, if she does transform and the Lolth doesn't die, then and there's another Lolth that's running around. Ah, should be very difficult to fail this. It would have been very ironic if I had failed it.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
I need a quick word.
Last. I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a Gith with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Dangerous company is what you need in a fight.
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Alright then, let's get going. I'm Bellin Jar.
Shadowheart. One moment.
What's that?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
Anything of use? Another brain.
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain, a Githyanki warrior, and centuries of darkness.
We are nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Cane yank.
Drow, connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
Connect the nerves. Nerves! We will connect them.
This thing's falling fast. Got to right it.
And you don't manage to kill it? Really? And somehow no attack of opportunity there.
Breathe deep and move.
Swift and lethal. It does it.
Take this ship. Sorry, you will have your head.
On the move.
Oop, that was not actually what I wanted to do. Strategically get behind the demon, though I'm not sure flanking actually has any sort of effect.
Connect the transponder.
You know, you say that,
We
but
must take the transponder.
I've had plenty of issues with him not actually being able to take care of the thing. And getting killed, and then I have to deal with it.
Survival is all that matters. Have to keep going.
Oi, ugly! Your hold's empty as a debtor's purse.
As I manage to insult a demonic commander.
On the move.
It's clear. Hurry, before they strike.
And you miss. And curiously, somehow demons are, you know, have no resistance to fire. Honestly, not sure why he will object to me attacking him, even if I'm doing it with the intellect devourer. I think that's what that is.
Open up.
Managed to get it anyway.
Time to strike. Make way.
Might as well.
It's now or never.
And you miss a 90% again.
No time for mercy.
I am fury. I am death. I will take my pick.
Let these furnace is ours!
Time to strike. Make way.
Take this, or Sario will have your head!
Heading there.
You're a blister! I shall prick thee!
Throw their cloaks in the sticks!
Better fetch that. On I go.
You are no longer required.
That thing's focused on us now. Let's get to the transponder and get out of here. Oi, ugly!
Oh! It's a high defense against that, so I can't actually do that. myself. Can't target myself.
I will ascend. No time to waste. Onward.
Suppose we can... Nope. What?
My path be true.
Come a little closer.
Got to move.
My path be true.
No. Nope.
What lies within? What lies within? On the move.
Stop the intruders! Let us escape!
Taking position.
A little help, please. going.
One day I'll catch a break.
I am fury. I am death. Just so.
The helm's alien transponder. You made it in time.
I think the red dragon would recognize that that's a Yankee there and might think, oh, hey, maybe that's one of my allies. Interesting how everything stopped shaking when she grabbed that. So, nothing unusual there, just perfectly ordinary flying tentacle ship that's on fire appearing in the sky. I was out. How am I up now? Heartfelt bone rise meat, and then convenient stone, which does not completely destroy my head. So I realize that ship's very open. Caught both me and some of their chunks.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull.
Kind of surprising that. Well, it looks like my lyre and my hand crossbow are both missing, but it wouldn't be surprising if those got broken in that fall. And also the other thing, I think I vaguely recall drow having an issue with, sunlight burning their skin, like, really easily, because they spend all their time underground. I'm also kind of curious about how so many of the underground races have dark gray skin, when I think a lot of cave creatures end up going pale and colorless. Anyway, check myself for injuries.
Other than the infection, you're more or less intact. A miracle, given everything you've been through. But it'll all be for nothing if you don't find help soon. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
So, I think this is where I'm going to call it for this one. Thanks for watching, do any remote things, YouTube's buttons, and have a nice day.